Hello students, now we will see about new topic, that is pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis is a diagrammatic representation to know the human genotype, or if we want to know what are the types of disorders that are inherited from parents to offsprings, then also we can easily understand by observing the pedigree chart. That analyzing of how the type of disorder is getting transported from parents to or transmitted from parents to offsprings. What are the genotypes that are responsible? Are they autosomal or sex-linked disorders that are getting chromosomes that are majorly responsible for inheritance of those disorders? Then also we can easily frame out the pedigree chart and analyze how the disorders are getting transmitted. To draw that chart, first of all, we should know some of the diagrammatic representations. Like if a circle is represented like this, empty, without any shading, then it is considered as normal female. And a square or rectangular type of this box, which is indicating, which is not having any shade, that is considered as normal, means we are talking about normal male then. If the box is like this, half bent, then it means that there in that pedigree chart, the sex of the organism is not mentioned. Next, if the circle of the normal female is shaded completely, then it is considered as deceased or affected female. Usually such type of circles are given a term like solid circle. Now, in the same way, if the male square box or rectangular box is shaded, then it is considered as we are talking about the deceased male or affected male. But if the circle is half shaded, then we call those are nothing but deceased carrier females. Next, if the circle is given a middle shade region as a center dot like structure, then it means that at that chart we are talking about the female carrier for X-linked genes or sex-linked genes. We have seen some of the hemophilia, color blindness type of disorders. There we are talking about sex-linked or X-linked recessive disorders. In such conditions, we can see such type of representation. Next, if the circle is horizontally connected with that of square type of box without any shading, it means that chart is telling us about a married couple or representing the mating between two persons, that is male and female. Nothing but simply we can sometimes without giving this diagram also they will use a term like a reproduction. It means also we must be able to frame out this normal circle and also square box connected horizontally with a single line. If there are double lines, it means that chart is telling us about consanguineous type of mating. It means the marriage happened between closely related persons, means marriage or mating between or among close relatives. Next, if the female and male are connected by single horizontal line and a vertical line is showing another circle like this, it means the total representation is telling us about a family, and also the bottom circle is considered as the offspring or progeny or about next generation. We can also consider this one as generation 2 and this one as generation 1. But if the same type of representation is with two offsprings or two types of offsprings or two number of offsprings, then either it is female or male or two females or two males like this. Then such type of representation is called as Gygotic twins or non-identical twins. Gygotic twins or non-identical twins. Now, what is meant by dizygotic or non-identical twins? Just have a glance about this chart which is on the board. Then I will. It means that two eggs are fused with two sperms at a time and has given out two number of offsprings. Either that two number of offspring can be female or two number of offsprings can be male, or it can be one female and one male baby. It means two eggs fertilized with 2 sperms. Now, another representation is 2 number of offsprings. Either there can be same female or 2 males. But both are given one single line to contact. It means that the chart is explaining about monozygotic twins. What is meant by monozygotic twins? It means that one egg is fertilized with one sperm, but after formation of zygote, then the zygote got divided into 2 embryos. We also call it as identical twins. Monozygote means one egg fertilized with one sperm and later divided into 2 embryos during its morula, 16 cell, 30 cell, etc. During that time, it got divided into 2 parts or 2 babies, embryos. Now, another representation of the pedigree analysis is a square box is given like this or a circle is given like this. Then we call it as adopted child. Now, if the again square box is given a slope line like this or female like this, it means the chart is explaining about the deceased or dead male or female. Or dead. In this pedigree analysis, we can hear about another term, that is free martins. So what is meant by free martins? Sometimes what they do, they will not give out the pedigree chart completely in the question, but they will frame out a theory question from the chart and will ask us the options to choose the correct option. Then we have to frame out our own the question related pedigree chart and analyze answer from that. So what is meant by free martin? Free martin means infertile female mammal twin with well-built body is born along with male twin. So infertile female twin with well-built body along with normal male twin. Now, we can also use a term like digygotic twins, but the condition is female is infertile and it is having hefty body. Can also be called as digygotic twin. Such type of free martin twins are also used with the term. Normal digygotic twins also can also be used with term non-identical twins, that I told you. Another term is fraternal twins or non-identical twins. So this is about pedigree analysis. Let's see some of the model questions from pedigree analysis. The first model question is, a pedigree shown below is an autosomal dominant and the genetic makeup of first generation is what? The question can also be asked as, find out genotypes of all. Now, these are the options given. Now we want to find out what are the genotypes of all these. Now, let's go for first one. Here the given is, if it is dominant, then male also should express the disease, because clearly it is given the pedigree shown below is autosomal dominant. Means though it is showing the disease in every generation, it also means that the disease is expressed because of dominant allele in the organism. So here is dominant allele. If so, then male also should express the disease. but it is not the condition. Male is given as normal in the chart, so it can't be. Go for second option. The same condition. If male is expressing both dominant alleles, then it should express the disease, but the chart is not given so. So it also can't be the option. The third one. Yes, it can. There is a possibility that the dominant allele is responsible to express the disease, and here completely recessive alleles are considered as normal. So it can be. But let's see about the fourth option also, then we will finalize which is correct answer. So just keep it in pending. What about this fourth one? Both are dominant alleles, both are recessive alleles. Here there is a chance to be normal. Yes, up to this part it is correct. Then what about this one? Here they have clearly gave us two dominant alleles are responsible to express the disease. If that is the condition, then this child also should get the same type of two dominant alleles, because when we cross these both parents and with the help of Punnett square, then obtained offsprings, that is female, should have both dominant alleles on its XX chromosomes, and male is expressed, okay, this will be correct. But what about the female? Female is expressing disease in the first generation only in presence of two dominant alleles. But here, females got only one dominant allele, and still the diagram is like the female is expressing the disease. So, I already told you that the parents are considered as generation 1, and this one, F1 generation are considered as generation 2, and F2 generation are considered as generation 3. When two dominant alleles are responsible to express the disease, the same condition should be inherited to the female offspring also. But when we draw the Punnett square and check, the condition is not like that. All children are getting only one dominant allele. And still here pedigree analysis is showing us expression of the disease. So it also can't be the answer. Mostly the chances are given for the third option to be as correct. Next question. Pedigree chart of a family has 5 children. It shows that the inheritance of attached earlobes as opposed to free ones. Free ones in the sense, and the mother or father. If mother is not having, then she can be considered as free ones. Father can be considered as having earlobes, normal earlobes. If again father is shaded like this, then considered as attached earlobes. In case of female also, if it is shaded, we have to use attached earlobes. Now, the genes that are responsible for attached earlobes are located on, where shall we write that? Attached earlobes. The genes are located on chromosome 11. Chromosome 11. Now, normal unattached earlobes are majorly due to the dominant genes. Attached earlobes are due to recessive genes. But I will write here. Attached earlobes due to dominant genes. Now, the same way we can write normal earlobes are due to recessive genes. Attached earlobes. Unattached we have to write. Unattached earlobes or normal earlobes are due to dominant genes, and attached earlobes are due to recessive genes. This point we should keep in mind while solving a question related to earlobes. Attached earlobes due to recessive genes. Now, in such case, if parents are having homozygous, then it is not possible. So parents must be having heterozygous, then only this recessive and this recessive will be transferred to the next generation. It means that father is having so and so type of recessive genes, and the next babies can be having such type of arrangement. So these both are considered as affected male and female. So answer will be the parents are heterozygous in condition like this, one dominant and one recessive type of allele. Next question, if it is like this, they will ask the question, they will give the pedigree chart also, and 4 options are asked. Here we see, in generation 1, we are saying one deceased or affected female. In the generation 2, the disease is not getting expressed. Then we should opt for recessive type of word. Next, and the next generation, see, this is generation 2 or F1 generation, and this is considered as generation 3. Generation 3. Okay. Now, since it is skipping the generation, and also mostly we can consider such type of pedigree chart as autosomal recessive disorder. It is not skipping the generation and it is getting expressed. Here it is in female, but no male or female is affected. But here male and female both are affected. So we can consider the term autosomal. Male and female both are affected in one generation. So autosomal, and the disease has skipped the generation. So recessive. So finally the answer will be autosomal recessive disorder. Again I am repeating, if the chart is given like this, first of all see whether the disorder has skipped or not. Yes, according to this chart it is skipped. So recessive. And in one generation, any one generation, if both male and female are affected, it means that it will be autosomal type of disorder. Means the autosomal chromosomes are responsible for that disorder. So it is autosomal here according to the chart, recessive disorder. If another question was given like this, the trait given below. What is meant by trait? Means the examiner is asking us about the phenotype or the characters that are exhibited. The chart is given like this and options are asked as dominant, X-linked, second option, recessive, X-linked, third option, dominant, Y-linked, fourth option, recessive, Y-linked. The chart is given like this. First of all, we should think that this is generation 1, generation 2, generation 3. In any of the generation, the disease is not skipped. In all the generations, we are seeing the disorder. So, first of all, it is dominant. Then, in any generation, we did not see both the male and female getting expressed. In this generation, we are seeing male affected. In this generation, we are seeing female affected. In this generation, we are seeing again male affected. But in any generation, both male and female are not commonly affected. So it is X-linked. Now, why can't it be Y-linked if the question has come, arised in us? See, female are getting, sorry, not here. This female is getting expression of the disorder or the disease. Means it is not Y-linked. If it is Y-linked, then female are not expressing the disorder. If it is Y-linked, the disorder will be expressed only in case of males. So it is dominant and X-linked disorder. This will be the option. Next question. An intermediate skin-colored man marries an albino woman. They have 3 children. First and second child are daughters and third child is son. First daughter marries an intermediate skin-colored man. They have 1 son. Okay. They have 1 son. Now, the son is albino. Okay. The son is albino. Intermediate skin colored man means, again, no need to shade and all this. Suppose think the question is like this. C, D, E, F, G and H. The question is, give genotype of all. So we need to write genotypic expression of G and H also. Already they have given in the question, this is intermediate skin color. It means that they are talking about mulatto man. This is related to actually trihybrid, but for our convenience, just we will take trihybrid type of genes, allele forms. They have included the term like married an albino woman, means purely recessive genes. They got children. If we draw the Punnett square also, we will get like this. Male of X and Y chromosome. Female like this. Because both are recessive, we will get 1 So this is X chromosome, this is X chromosome of female. We will get female with heterozygous. Next, A and A, that is of male, albino. Next, capital A and small a, that is of XX chromosomes, that is female, and male, again albino. A and A recessive genes. Now they have included, this is one chance. So it can be capital A, small a. Again they are telling this woman married again intermediate skin colored person. So we have to write like this. But here what is happening? She is also intermediate, but she did not get married to anyone. But what about this male? Male is also not purely albino. He is also intermediate only, heterozygous only. Now, when this woman has married this intermediate genotypically arranged man, then there is a chance. We will change this one. If we here change this one as this. So it can be like this. Then what happens? It can be intermediate skin colored male, means mulatto male. Here also it will be X and X, then it will be albino. So according to the chart, here it should be albino, and this woman can be either this genotype or this genotype according to these both. So if we write the genotypes, capital A, this one, albino, recessive, C is capital A, and D is again heterozygous, E is heterozygous, F is heterozygous, G is can be homozygous or heterozygous, A is purely homozygous recessive in case of the grandchild. So this type of question we can consider under polygenic inheritance.